Recently, I shared a story of two young boys. Their names are David and Jason. They're Haitian, they're in the Dominican Republic by themselves, and they were completely homeless living on the street. A member of my DR Inner Circle community named Angel came across these boys when they tried to sell him candy. That's how they survived. He bought them breakfast, he let the community know about them, and we jumped into action. Actually, many of you did as well. On the video I did previously, many of you have donated a bunch of money, not only to get these two boys off the streets, but also to get them in school. And today, we're gonna do an update on where these two boys are, and I'm gonna show you the place that we were able to get them and all the steps we've taken so far, partnering with Second Mile Missions, a local charity who supports educating underprivileged kids in the area. And I'll share the opportunity that you might have to spend some time, or maybe even just some money, helping out with causes like I'm gonna show you today. Let's go inside. We're gonna go meet up with my good friend Caleb France, who's the CEO of Second Mile Mission right here in this office. And then we're gonna hop in his car and take a ride and go take a look at the boys' conditions right now, since we've recently got them their own apartment and have gotten them into school. And the first question I had was, how much is an apartment for these boys? We got these boys into an apartment. How much is that apartment costing per month?
Let me convert real quick.
Yeah.
About $200 a month.
$200 in El Hoyo.
Yeah, in El Hoyo. The prices now there range from like 150 to 250. They've almost doubled.
That's pricey. Is that because of the clearing?
Yeah, when the Haitian village of Monteverde kind of got displaced, all 8,000 people moving into, pre-established communities really created a supply problem.
Wow. Yeah. Second Mile Missions is located in the community of Friusa. This community we're going to, El Hoyo, is about half Haitian, half Dominican, about 30,000 people total. The community Caleb was talking about at Monteverde recently went through a major displacement where the military came through and cleared much of the housing in that area, causing those people to have to find another home. And El Hoyo is just sort of a natural fit for that. So since we brought the boys in, you've spent the most time, or you guys have spent the most time around them. What is it? Is there a general sense of them? Do they feel any different? Do they seem any different? Do they seem, I don't know, are they skeptical, unsure? Are they stressed? Like, what's it like for them right now from your perspective?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, it's kind of a heavy dynamic to go from like no parents or structure for 7 years on the street with the older boy, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in a nice concrete apartment with a tia, like a nanny, right? You're in school every day. They're going to church. So the structure's gone from 0 to 10, within a week. So that part is a little bit, they're kind of drinking through a fire hose, but we're trying to introduce things kind of weekly, monthly that give more structure and more discipline and ease them into it, right? We want them to feel comfortable and not overwhelmed.
Have they been resistant at all? I mean, that's a lot to change from. Has there been not resistant, active, aggressive, but just like oversleeping or anything like that? I mean, has it been hard to get them motivated to be within structure, given where they came from?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest challenge over the last week or two has been that they are disrespectful. And I think it's less of like they're purposely disrespectful and more that they've never been taught how to be respectful.
What do you mean by disrespectful?
So, if someone says, hey, you've got to be ready and on school at 8 o'clock and, kind of like talking back to that authority figure. But again, they've never had an authority figure in their life, right? So the challenge is, how do you parent two boys that have never had parents, right? How do you, implement discipline and, kind of like in a very small way, like raise them and treat them like your kids. And so we've developed kind of a system where we have a support group around them. So some people from the inner circle, Jamie's inner circle, some local people that are willing to stop in and help. We've got a local pastor, a local professor, the nanny, and then some of us from Second Mile. So it really does kind of like take this village to raise these kids, right? And
do you feel you're chipping away at them, or are they still pretty actively resistant?
No, it's kind of poke little by little, right?
Yeah.
They're but they really enjoy it. They kind of like, when we found them and you guys found them and brought them in and we kind of did that induction interview with them, we realized that they really had a desire to go to school. Like that was the thing they kept saying over and over. So to have them in school, put them in school, and they love it. They actually love it. And so it's really cool to see a kid that wants to be in school and then thriving in school. We kind of had them try to read and write. To our knowledge, they were completely illiterate, right? And so even the younger kid, the teacher told me the other day that he's extremely intelligent and he's learning really fast. So that's awesome.
That's amazing. As we entered the neighborhood where the boys go to school, you could see just how rough and meager the place really is. It's truly humbling. looking at houses like this little one that can probably barely stand up to a light wind, let alone if ever we have a hurricane coming through. As we got to the school and went inside, we got to meet the pastor and walk through and see the accommodations the kids are in. This kid right here is Jason, he's 14, and the other boy right here, David, is 12. These are the two boys that we've been helping out, that we've all been helping out, and I really appreciate all of you for that.
So after Monteverde, the neighborhood of Monteverde was displaced, they lost their community building and school that we had built, 15 years ago.
It was leveled as well.
It was partially leveled, deconstructed. They left some of the concrete standing, but really the point of it is all 8,000 people are gone. So even if it was a beautiful structure, no one's ever going back, right?
Gotcha.
The community is gone. So we really quickly pivoted and built this concrete structure for this small school and then community center here in the local neighborhood. So you kind of imagine Monteverde as more of a little bit more country, like in the jungle, not far, but like walking distance, but still in the jungle. And then now we're in a little bit more of an urban area in El Hoyo, Friusa. So this is the teacher, pastor. So he's helping the kids all the time. He's a really great guy. We've known him for about 15 years also. And so he's works at Second Mile and helps us in this more like urban school center.
So biggest challenge right now for him in the school?
El reto más duro que he enfrentado para esta temporada es trabajar con estos niños.
The biggest challenge would be working with the kids, trying to teach him everything.
What about the two boys in particular, David and Jason?
David está muy emocionante en aprender, se muestra mucho interés. Digamos que Jason se está luchando, tratando de captar.
David been very, very good. He's very smart, and Jason is trying. He's trying very hard. But David, he's doing very, very well.
What has been the most frustrating thing for him, given that the two boys came from the streets and he's trying to give them structure? What's the most frustrating thing for him?
Digamos, produce mucho cansancio, realmente, y eso produce cansancio y estrés. El lenguaje de ellos, su comportamiento, la violencia, ciertamente ellos lo tienen.
They get pastor very tired sometimes, but we have to be patient with them. And they've been on the street for many years, and their language is not very good. They speak very bad, like violence, stuff like this. Yeah, and they behave. Sometimes it's not very good.
Right. We spent a little time looking at the rest of the school and even found this makeshift church toward the back where this pastor gives services. And on our way out, saw these beautiful little babies in the more elementary classroom. We're heading out to the car so we can go take a look and see where these boys are living right now. So we're going to head over to the apartment where these boys live and check that out so you get a sense of the conditions that we've been able to get them into. How far is it? How do they get here every day? Do they walk?
Yeah. So it'd be like maybe 2 streets over, right? So they can kind of walk through these in between houses and things and just come right to school and church.
Gotcha.
So they go to school 5 days a week, and then just to again create some more structure, we have them. The Tia will walk them to church 3 nights a week.
They don't resist that at all?
We feel like they kind of appreciate having things to do, right? And in fact, the older boy that he actually was shown interest in asking if he could learn a musical instrument.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
So see, like that blue one, that's still kind of Monteverde-esque, that blue apartment. So you would have, multiple people or even families living in a single room, single door.
Multiple people living in a single room. What's it, dirt floor?
That's probably concrete floor.
It looks like
it could be
it.
Dirt,
Actually looks like
yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. And then they would have a shared bathroom.
And they would pay how much for that a month?
$80 to $100.
Yeah.
$80 to $100.
Single room, 12 by 12, maybe a single light bulb. Shared bathroom with 20 people. What was that? 6,000 pesos, right?
6,000 pesos.
Woodland?
Every time I'm in this neighborhood is a stark reminder of just how big a disparity there is in the area. It honestly gives me a tremendous sense of gratitude, but also resolve to try to help these young boys and anybody innocent like these kids that we can. As an aside, my kids have been back here and they've seen conditions here, so they get a sense that not all things look like how we live. And around the holidays, we've been able to get some stuff that they're not using anymore and able to donate to areas like this. Wow. Yeah, what is that? What is this? What is this up here? What is this nice building?
I mean, it's apartments the whole way to the athletic gym. So this is kind of like the crossover into the nicer area of
Wow.
Center. But this is all gentrifying, right? It's crazy.
So it's moving this way.
Yeah, towards the stoplight to Cortecito.
Wow. So this is the road where the boys have their home, and we're just driving up to try to get to their apartment so we can get a sense of the living conditions that they're in right now. So the tia doesn't live here.
No, the tia doesn't live here. She's here 6 days a week and then gives the boys Saturday to kind of be boys.
But they're on their own at night.
Yeah, they're on their own at night. But she'll make sure they have
Hola.
all 3 meals, safe, everything's cleaned, and then she'll leave for the night. And unless it's a church night, they do church 3 nights a night.
All right, so obviously we got them a stove here. We'll take a look around. So we got them a stove. This is something that we bought with the donations?
Yeah,
so stove is donations. The whole apartment is donations, yeah?
Yeah, every single thing.
Amazing.
We got them a blender.
We have a blender.
Yeah.
Everything they could need, right? Yeah. All of these supplies, all done. Everything we see, the refrigerator, donations. So very basic. Some of the stuff, like, when you're looking in here, somebody watching might be like, well, why not just get him a full stove? Why not get him a full refrigerator? There were some thoughts on that, right?
Yeah. So first of all, electrical expense, right, is a lot, and then also just again the nature of going from nothing to something, right? And so even now we're like, okay, next month we'll get a little bigger fridge, and just kind of easing them into being under a roof in a place with someone cooking 3 meals a day, right? But even when we just visited the school, it was really cool to see the transformation in physically having good food and health and nutrition. Like the younger boy is like a different person, like when you met him, right? He's like heads on the table, he's like a man, just like dead.
Well, and Angel too. Angel, if you're watching this, I mean, he got them haircuts. He got them kind of taken care of, right? Like
they're in uniform,
guys,
shoes, and it's unbelievable. Yeah. These kids are used to wearing like torn, ripped one pair of clothes. Now they've got new shoes and a uniform, going to school every day. So if, quite literally the first time they've ever felt a little twinge of hope. Yeah.
Now, one of those things, like not to go too far, is got the mattresses, but not beds.
We got the bed frames too.
Oh, we did? I thought it was just mattresses on the floor.
They delivered the frames, so we're good.
Okay, very cool, very cool. We'll take a peek. This is one of those things where, like, I'm conflicted on, showing these boys living conditions, but it's like, hey, look, if you get a sense of what has been done and what's possible, and also what still can be done, whether you come here physically, not to this apartment, but to Second Mile, get a tour and get a sense of how you can help, or just donate, which I'll drop the link below. But here we go. Here's the bedroom where the boys stay. They have a fan, a couple of beds, a little closet. I put it on. And a small bathroom with a shower so they can get cleaned up and everything else like that. I mean, just simple things, right? Pillows, again, the fan, that's got to be nice at night. There's no air conditioning. And right now, it's hot. It's stuffy in here for sure. But they've got a place they can call home. And remember, before this, they were sleeping on the floor, on the ground, I should say, outside of a restaurant. So big difference, big difference.
You want to ask her a question or two?
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Well, no, I will. Yeah. If she's okay.
Yeah, so she's been a little stressed out just in the boys' behavior and not listening to her. And so we're going to have them meet with a psychologist 3 days a week at Second Mile, and then also have, again, some people from the inner circle and that can invest in the boys and just kind of parent them a little bit.
This is maybe, you have boys, I have boys. I mean, who's the male figure they're afraid of? Does that make sense? Like, not afraid that they're going to get abused, but afraid of, like, that there's something to that. Like, I'm a big believer in the man and the woman have a role in the home, right? There's the nurture and the hey, look, snap to it, right? The discipline, if you will. So do they have that, or is that something that is being installed?
Yeah, good question. So we're trying to find that balance between like justice and mercy, right? And so a little bit more on the mercy side right now, understandably. But then I think that their teacher, their profe, the pastor, is kind of the authoritarian and justice side of things, right? And so, but it's not enough. Like, they're going to need 2 or 3 guys in their life to give them healthy discipline. Yeah.
That's something that, I think we can. Me, Angel, people like that can jump in and help out.
I respect Angel because he was like the first one on the scene, kind of the haircut that, so like, I think if he sat them down and was like, listen, here this week, we're going to focus on like one thing, right? Like, when she tells you to make your bed, you make, I don't know, but like, just gotta, like, because she's really important.
Yes.
Like, if we lose her, we're back to ground zero, right? So keeping her
supported,
absolutely supported, right? The things that stress her out, we're trying to help figure out. The cool thing about her is she even started the conversation with, I know we need to have patience, right? So everyone involved understands this is more than just a job
Yeah,
or
right.
even a donation. It's creating 5 or 6 years of support for these kids.
For these kids, yeah, amazing.
What's one thing that we can do to help her out besides the discipline?
Que só você não afeta
Bueno, todavía no sabemos, te va a hablar con los muchachos.
What she's saying, it's a teamwork. So we all have to talk with them, like to tell them, okay, this is what we have for you. You have to obey the tia, like the nanny, stuff like this.
Nous toujours dire son opportunité de jouer, la liga.
She talks with them a lot. So she's basically what she's trying to do is trying to teach them how to live like here, like basic things, like they have to live like brothers, and she's here for them. She's like a family for them. She's not here to pretend to be their moms, but she knows a lot of. She is like, I don't know, like 40 years maybe. She knows a lot of the life, so she can mentor them, but they have to understand that it's a huge opportunity that they have here, so they have to try to take advantage of it.
So Caleb, for people to help out, I have the link, I have it below, just specifically for David and Jason. Every dollar in that donation goes to help them, correct?
Correct. 100% of every dollar goes, to those boys, their life, their school, their books, their uniforms, food, right?
Everything.
So now what's been amazing is we got them set up, right? And so now we got to keep it going month to month, right? And yeah.
And it's a 5 year, we got 5 years worth of commitment for this,
the
right?
youngest is 12, so 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years before they're out. And if somebody wanted to do more with Second Mile, they come down here, take a look around, and get a real sense. Like, I'm coming down, and I want to help out. I want to give my kids perspective and do some things. What can people do in that regard with Second Mile?
Yeah, absolutely. So number one, come and take a tour, see what we're doing. I can walk you around to the different schools and the areas, and it's really nice just to see it firsthand, right?
Yep.
Secondly, if you're not local or not visiting and you want to help out, you can give me an email and I can, talk to you, do a video call, talk about the organization a little bit, what we're doing, what our biggest needs are.
What's the best way to reach out?
My email, cfrance@secondmilemissions.org.
That's 2ndmilemissions.org, correct?
That was fast spelling, yeah.
It's not bad. If you want to see the first video we did and all of the story, the backstory on David and Jason and Angel, you'll see Angel. You'll see him in that video. I'm going to drop it right here for you, right over Caleb's face. So it'll be there right now for you. Just tap on that and take a look. Donate below, folks.